Hello, everyone. It's very nice to introduce myself. This is an incredible event, and I'm glad that you guys are all in this fight. I mean, this is very important. Our country is important, and making sure the citizens of the world are protected is unbelievably important. And all people that are participating in this fight, all of you matter very much. And so I thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, Joey. So why you stopped at our booth? Why you were interested in our mission in taking down the evil Chinese Communist Party?
Because ultimately, everything that's going on in our country and in our society comes down to the Chinese Communist Party, because they're the people who are funding it. These are the people who, their quest for power links very much to our societal demise, and they cannot continue to survive unless they get rid of us, because our ideals and the things that we espouse and the things that we stand for are the exact things that will end them, and the exact ideas that are the reason that they're illegitimate. And they know this, and they're scared. And they're scared of our country. They're scared of what our citizens aspire and what our citizens live like. Because if the people of China get to see that, they get to understand that, they will rise up, because they will want to have the same freedoms, the same rights, the same freedom of being that we have in America. And if we lose that in America, they won't have anywhere to look to, and they'll think that life in the Chinese Communist Party is how it should be and how it is, and they won't rise up. And that's why they want to destroy us, because ultimately, if they let us stay, their citizens will learn, and they will be demised, and they will fall.
I talked to you. You mentioned you actually start very interested in this subject 5 years ago, and you did all the researches to inform yourself about the Chinese Communist Party. So tell me, is there any other way that you know of how the Chinese Communist Party to infiltrate countries like United States?
Well, ultimately, the United States is a little more powerful, so they use social infiltration, apps like TikTok, selling cell phones like Huawei, Chinese-owned companies, and to gather information on these Americans and to change the way these Americans think. And then in smaller countries, One Belt, One Road, with the Belt and Road Initiative, what they're doing is they're basically funding these underdeveloped and poorer countries. They're saying, here, have this road, or here, let me build you an airport. And then they'll be like, okay, this project is $5 billion. Get it to us in 10 years. And then they'll come back in 10 years. And if that country doesn't have the money, they'll go, okay, our airport now. And then we'll turn it into a military base. Sorry, it's our land. You can't pay us back. Yeah. And when you have that kind of land, you have the coast, because the coast is very important in all countries. Not landlocked countries, but countries with coastal land. If a foreign country controls your coastal land, you're done. And this happened in countries like Sri Lanka and countries in coastal Africa and all over. Yeah, exactly. And if the Chinese Communist Party can continue to do that to poorer nations, they're going to continue to step closer and closer and closer to the United States until eventually they have a country in South America, Central America, heck, a country in the Caribbean. And then you're right up on the coast of the United States of America. And that's what we have to make sure does not happen, because the second that they get that close, we have failed.
You know what, Joey, I have to tell you, they are already there. Okay, so they pretty much, as you said, the Belt, One Road, One Belt Initiative, or BRI, Belt Road Initiative, through that, they have already compromised many governments that in the continents that you just mentioned. So very unfortunately, yes, they are already here in United States. Okay, so the information we provided you at the booth in terms of those law firms, those the CCP's registered spies agents, they're actually actively working for the interest of the CCP on American soil, and they're actively silencing and persecuting those Chinese dissidents that's speaking out against the Chinese Communist Party. Okay, so the danger is already here. Okay, so what you say as American, what do you think that American people, young or old, need to do facing the threat, existential threat right in front of the face?
Well, the first thing Americans have to do is vote. Make sure that your voices are heard and that you're electing people in your representative government that are not going to stand for this. Because if you elect people who are, if there is a single person that is running for elected office and they refuse to criticize a foreign government encroaching on our territory and our soil, they do not deserve your vote. They do not deserve your vote. If they are not willing to defend the existence of our country, do not vote for them. Scrap them aside. Make sure other people don't vote for them. So you have to be very careful about the kind of people that you want representing you. This is in local House districts, in the Senate, in the presidency. The people that we elect to power will have a major influence on how we deal with this crisis and how we make sure that our country is better protected for the future.